All right, Arena Club's going to help us out with some Ronald Acuña Jr. news and quotes. We'll show off the card that's available in his slab pack on Arena Club. We'll talk more about that in a moment here, but here's the fresh quotes. He said, "I'd rather steal 30 and play the whole season as opposed to trying to steal 70, injuring myself and missing the whole year." So quotes fresh this morning, Todd Father, about Acuña trying to figure out going forward what the best balance is for him, and pointing to how he's had multiple knee issues and he just doesn't want to miss this extended time. At the same time, damn, 2 years ago when he stole 70 plus, he was electric.
Yeah, and he made me look like a smart man because I said that that would happen. And luckily, it did, but on the sake of getting hurt too as well. But yeah, I think this is the right thing for sure. The Atlanta Braves want him to play. They want him to play a full season. They want, 145 to 150 plus games during the season for him at a healthy pace. He doesn't need to steal. He's fast enough to score from first to home on a ball down the line or in the gap. If he's on second base, a ball hit hard to the outfield, he's still going to have a really good opportunity to score. And they want to make sure they have his legs under him. So maybe a DH day here or there. I think that's the smart move to do. He's the best player on that squad, and he's the guy that's going to take them to the promised land if they get that opportunity to do so.
This is often what happens, AJ, with players as they get deeper into their career. You get the exciting steals early on in the career, and then it usually dips off. I mean, Mike Trout obviously has had trouble staying on the field lately. He used to steal a ton of bags too, and he was actually running back in April of last year when he was playing. But generally, you do see this dip off. There's a few other players I'm trying to think that you used to see them run like crazy. And then, I mean, who we've talked to, this isn't the prime example, but like Bregman, Altuve never runs anymore. There's just a lot of guys that once they get deeper into their career, they kind of slow it down. So do you see this now happening for Acuña? Is this him telling us expect more of the 30 steal season?
Yes. But he didn't get hurt. I mean, he didn't get hurt stealing bases. He got hurt kind of at both times in like fluky-ish plays. So I think this is just him trying to protect himself. And remember, the first time he tore his ACL, he came back and was not the same player. It took him a full year to recover. That was when he went with the 70 stolen bases. And listen, it's going to take something like this to wrestle the MVP away from Shohei. So we need somebody to step up. If it's not going to be Acuña, we need someone else to step up, and whether it's Bryce Harper or somebody else in the National League to step up, having a historic year in order to win an MVP, because that's the only way you're getting one away from Shohei if he keeps doing what he's doing.
So should we expect this in the future from Ellie too? I mean, right now, Ellie De La Cruz is Mr. Electric on the bases. I'm not saying in the next year or two, but I'm saying deeper in his career, do you think he's going to slow it down? I'm not saying when he's 35 years old and he's actually slower. I'm saying when he's 29, is he going to be like, hey, I got to be careful, I don't want to get hurt? I guess the question for both of you guys is, how much does base running take a toll versus being a little less aggressive?
I think Ellie's in one of those stages where they need him to steal. If you're in Cincinnati, he's one of those guys that can do it all. So when you reach a certain age, I don't know what that age is. It's a gap of, if you're in your 20s and you're still spry and you're still loosey-goosey and, you're one of those guys that has to get that second base for them to win games, yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for that. So Ellie's a guy that they're going to rely on to steal bases. They take the extra base until otherwise, and I don't want an injury to any of these guys. I want everybody healthy. But Acuña, it's happened a couple times now, not from stealing like AJ said, but he's been injured. So you got to be really on the careful side of, do we really need him to steal this base this time? All right, let's just pump the brakes and cool it off. Just those kind of things. He's going to steal, but it's just a matter. They're probably going to pick and choose now exactly when, or let him know, like, hey, listen, I know it's a tie game, but we got big guns coming up. You'll be fine. Something like that.
Yeah, and AJ, I know it's not like he, slid into a base and then tore his knee up or whatever, but there's wear and tear when he's ripping up the base paths like that, no?
Yeah, and when we just had Lawrence Butler on, you know what he said? He's like, I got to run. Mookie said the same thing. I got to run from right field to the dugout, and I kind of laughed at him. I was like, come on, dude. He's like, no, it's real, especially in Oakland. When they were playing in the Oakland Coliseum, it was like they had to run to two right fields to get to the dugout. So Acuña plays right field. That's a longer run than it is from catcher or third base like Todd and I did. So I get it. It's over time. But listen, Ellie is going to run as much as Ellie can. I'd love to see Acuña keep trying to steal bases because that's what made him so exciting to watch. As he could go deep one at bat, and the next at bat he could hit a single and steal second and third and score on a sac fly, and the Braves are up. So I want these guys to keep running. I don't know how we figure out how to keep their legs healthy, but listen, as Todd and I can tell you, Father Time always wins, and you do slow down as you get older. If you get smarter, but you slow down.
Yeah. The Braves have made it clear that Acuña's got to be ready to play the outfield pretty consistently. Yeah, they might mix in some DH, but they have a full-time DH who's not going to play the outfield in Marcell Ozuna. So because of that, you're not seeing Acuña till May. Debate on when. It sounds like it could be earlier May, when initially it was looked at as maybe later in May. He's made significant progress. Obviously, he's young, he recovers quick, and he's also been through this before, but we'll see what happens. All right, FT fam, shout out to Arena Club, because if you go on there right now and you check out slab packs, you can find yourself a sweet Ronald Acuña Jr. card. If you go into the Emerald slab packs, I was looking up the pricing. It depends on the grading, but that card that's available in that slab pack is anywhere from low end $1,000 to high end about $4K. So if you want to get yourself a little shot at winning one of those, there it is right now. Go for it. Also, as you can see on the bottom, they've got the slab safe program, which means that Arena Club will say, you know what, instant offer, 90% of the estimated value of the card, we'll give that back to you. So right now you can get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/foul. There's the card, and use code FOUL, FOUL. That's arenaclub.com/foul. Code FOUL for 20% off your first purchase. There's a number of different slab packs you can go after: gold, silver, emerald, etc. We've talked about them. Go check it out, FT fam.